Hello ladies and gentlemen, today, or actually this evening, I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about making profit in Team Fortress 2 trading. Now, I know most of you are probably not interested in that, and if you aren't, then click away now. First, you need to visit the Steam community market for one particular trick that I would like to show you today, and just filter for Team Fortress 2, go to the advanced options, filter out cosmetic items, right? And filter by price. Now you'll get the cheapest hats available. Most of them are not gonna be worth it to buy in this state. But now just gonna find one for an example. Let's take this genuine distinguished rogue for example. It is painted Australian gold, right? I bought that. And now we have a genuine distinguished rogue. Painted golden. Now we got that golden paint for free basically. Do however be careful, there are some paints that are just not worth it. Like for example on this fat man's field cap there is some, what is that? I think olive green. You can barely even see it, but it's painted. Not worth it. No one wants that color. Just think, would you yourself like that color? If the answer is yes, then it's probably worth it to buy the hat. Next example, this genuine pounding fodder, painted brown. No thank you, I would not like to have that in brown. Something else you need to be aware of, I'll just buy this. There we go, got it. That some hats just don't look very good painted. For example, this strange sinner's shade is gonna be a hell of a back pain to sell, because only this little rim around the hat is gonna be painted gold. The hat itself will remain brown, so it is gonna be harder to find someone interested in that. Here's another good example for something you don't wanna buy. Crocodile Mondi. It's first of all Halloween restricted, which already turned some people off, and also it's painted green on a hat that is already green. How complete and utterly useless. Browsing the community market like this makes it easy for you to spot the cheapest painted hats. You can, however, also resort to just browsing one hat in particular. For example, this one is available in violet at 28 cents. It's not worth it, however, you do have the option to go for this. It's usually worth it when it's just above the price point that is the cheapest. So for example, if that violet wingman were to be 16 cents, then you could probably go for the deal. Here's a Yule Hog Here's a Yule Hog painted brown at 23 cents and it's being sold at 15 cents. Usually not worth it because the color is ugly, but it would be worth it if it were, for example, a nice shade of pink. Some hats are just disliked in general. For example, the Wilson Wave never really caught on. No one really wears it, no one really likes to wear it. So even if you get it painted in, for example, pink, black, white or gold, no one would want that because, well, it's the Wilson Wave and it's very off-putting. Here's a good example for what I meant earlier. These wise whiskers, when browsing through, appeared to be normal, but when I now click on it, I can see that there is one actually being sold for 21 cents, which is the cheapest price point, in a nice shade of gold. And of course, golden wise whiskers, I'd want that, kind of. I wouldn't be particularly keen on it, but if I were to stumble upon such a wise whisker that is painted gold, I wouldn't say no, you know. Just keep in mind what people in general like, because it's gonna be easier to sell hats that are liked. Of course, once you get to know the market, you know which hats are more likely to be painted and which more likely are not painted at all. The Foster's Mark is a good example for a hat that you can always find painted. This one's painted paint color number something something, looks a bit pinkish. You don't want that to be pink because it's white and you wouldn't really see the color. You also wouldn't want gentleman's business pants color because it's almost gold but not the same. It's a bit more ugly. You also wouldn't like it violet because no one likes violet. However, gold would be nice. You know, you can never go wrong with gold. However, this is already 40 cents. So I wouldn't buy this one. And as you can see, the higher I get up in this price pool here, the more of these Foster's facades are painted. Newer hats are usually not painted at all. For example, the El Zapadadore, or however you want to pronounce that, I don't really give a shit, is not painted at all. If I could prove it to you when the community market decides to work again, I actually can do that. It's not working, I'm sorry. Just trust me on that point, alright? Now the big problem with this strategy of trading is of course that you have to wait the 7-day trading cooldown once you bought the item from the community market. And I will admit that's pretty lame. However, this is a pretty safe way to make profit. There is, however, a quicker way to do this. Just go to backpack.tf, which should be your go-to price checking site anyway, and just look up any hat that you want to buy painted. For example, the Foster's mask from earlier. Alright, and when you have the mask here, you just scroll down, and here are the sell and the buy orders. The buy orders from time to time give you a pretty good idea of what you could get for this item, like this vintage Foster's mask being bought in pink for 7 ref, which is, by the way, a terrible deal. However, it gives you an idea of what a bot would buy it for. Anyway, if you click the expand button here, you see painted Foster's masks, because those are usually listed at a bit more. And from time to time you really get a good deal in this little window here. 8 ref for a gold one is already a bit much to ask for. 10 ref is just out of the question. However, as you can see, there's already not a lot of sellers. So if you were to buy one on the community market for the cheapest price, which was 5 ref translating to 16 cents on the community market, you could make some easy bucks if you just sold them here and waited until someone traded you for them. Does that make sense? I think it does. I don't know. Let's go ahead and search for an Allfather. Those are usually, yes. As you can see, those are being bought at very high prices if painted. And of course, they're also being sold in painted at very affordable prices. The backpack.tf value for the Allfather itself was, like here, the backpack.tf price for the Allfather itself is already about 15 refined. And here, painted in gold, they are selling it for 16. So this is a very good deal. It is gonna be hard to sell, however, because there's another one selling for the same price. You gotta buy all 3 of those if you want to make profit with them, because then you can say, oh, on backpack.tf there's not even anyone selling them, so you gotta go with my price, baby. It is, however, much harder to get any cheap painted hats on backpack.tf, period. You know, the fact of the matter is, backpack.tf is being owned by bots who just always are a bit cheaper than you. So you gotta trick the system a bit, and you do that best with the community market. I hope you enjoyed this short little video about trading. If you did, do leave a like and watch the next video I put out. That's all I ask for. I'll see you around soon, bye.